Welcome to the advertising engine tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to cover the ad engine and talk about the different features and functionality. And as you can see from this list, the ad engine really gives you a lot of different features, including playback analytics or proof of play. You'll be able to easily address thousands of different ads very easily. You can set stations with different hourly price rates. You'll be able to give your advertisers a simple user interface so they can log in through your own website and manage their own ad packages. And so we'll cover these different topics in this video and also show you how to configure everything. Now, one of the great things about the ad engine is that once you start using it, you can automatically expose your existing screens, the ones that are configured with the ad engine, through the media ad net, which is basically our own network. So you can potentially bring in more advertisers that can find your screens using different search criteria that we'll cover. Also, you have the option to create your own local ad network. So if you didn't want to join the media ad net, you can just have your own local ad network that you manage, and you don't necessarily have to expose your screens to the media ad net. If you purchase a media server, you can also establish a connection between your media server and our media AdNet, and again you can expose your screens to our media AdNet even if you purchase your own dedicated media server. And of course, if you want to use a private setup where you're not really exposing your screens to anyone and just providing some of the other tools to your network like proof of play and so on, that's also available to you. And as of this recording, the advertising engine is part of our 3.x alpha and beta release schedule that's going to go through April and May of 2011. If you are an enterprise user of our 2.x system, you will be able to open up your free account right here and just email us when you're done and we'll go ahead and activate this for you, so you can go ahead and start building your network and playing around and learning this advertising engine. And so in this video tutorial, we're going to talk about Joe. Joe is just an accountant that's looking to expand his business and find more clients that he can do accounting for. He goes and gets coffee every morning at his local coffee shop, and sure enough, he sees digital signage with an advertise here message. And so Joe sees this URL address, and when he gets back to the office, he can go to this web address and find out more information about placing ads at the local coffee shop. And so we'll use this example to teach you what you need to know about the ad engine, both from Joe's perspective, where Joe creates his own ad package. He'll go ahead and upload his files, his videos, his images that he wants to run his ads, and he'll go ahead and submit this to the coffee shop owner. And then we'll teach you what you need to know being the coffee shop owner as far as approving Joe's ad package, setting the different ad rates at different times of the week, and of course providing proof of play back to Joe so he knows what he's being charged for. And so the first thing we're going to go and do and open up a reseller account. You'll go ahead and go to this URL address right here and go ahead and provide your information to open up your reseller account. So I'm going to go ahead and open up an enterprise account as the coffee shop. I'll go ahead and provide an email and password, so I'll go ahead and create a new account. And so now I'll need to go ahead and verify the email address. And now that I've done that, I'll go ahead and click OK and continue. And now the account needs to be activated by media signage. And now that the account has been activated, I can go ahead and log in as the coffee shop owner to my Enterprise Edition account. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to log out of the web version of the Signage Studio, and I'm going to go ahead and launch the Signage Studio desktop version so I can use some of the enhanced functionality of the desktop version. And so here's the desktop version of the Signage Studio, and I'll go ahead and log in again as the coffee shop owner. So the first thing we're going to want to do is go ahead and create a new business, create a new user, and add a new station, which is basically going to be a screen, to the coffee shop. And so the first thing we'll do is go ahead and add a new business. Click on add account from sample. We'll select the coffee shop right here and click on create new account. So we're going to go ahead and add a new business, which is called LA Coffee. There's an email address and a password, so we'll go ahead and create an account for that and verify the email for that as well. And so I went ahead and verified the email, so this account can now be used for our coffee shop. Let's go ahead and close this, refresh right here. And here's the LA Coffee, and there's a single user for that business. So we're all set up as far as the coffee shop. The next thing that we're going to want to do is add an actual station, an actual screen to this business, so people will be able to advertise there. So we'll go ahead and launch the Signage Studio again as this LA Coffee user. And we're going to go ahead and register a station. So if we go over here under stations right now, there are no screens available, so we'll go ahead and register a new station for this coffee shop. And so here's my Signage Player desktop version, and I'm going to go ahead and register this to the LA Coffee user for the coffee shop. Click on Next. Let's go ahead and call this Coffee Shop Player. Click on Next. And so here's my player registered. Now let's go ahead and confirm that we can see this in the Signage Studio. And sure enough, here's our Signage Player running at the coffee shop. And now we can start building our campaign and, most importantly, configure the advertising on this screen. And again, as a reminder, this is the station or the screen that's running at the coffee shop, and the coffee shop owner wants to go ahead and configure the advertising. So he'll go ahead and switch into the advertising property tabs right here. And so the first option we see right here is the public, which will determine if this particular screen or station is available through the advertising network. And so if it's set to none, you will not be able to pretty much run any of the advertising tools. The two other available options include the media ad net as well as the local network. Selecting the local network will expose the screen to any business that's within your reseller account only. Selecting the media ad net will expose this screen to possible advertisers throughout the entire network. And so the screen will be exposed to possible advertisers to all users of the entire network, including your own local ad network, as well as the media ad net, which includes our media cloud servers and customers who purchased a dedicated media server. Next, you're going to want to add a description. This is the description that individuals will be able to read when they search and click on your screen. So we're going to paste something like Los Angeles Coffee Shop, to buy ad space, call us, and a phone number. So this will be a description. Next, the coffee shop owner is going to want to enter some searchable keys, something like coffee shop, Los Angeles, leisure, so individuals can possibly find this screen when entering these key terms. Next, the coffee shop owner needs to configure the rate, or how much does he actually want to charge per hour for ads running at this particular screen. And so this drop down right now is blank, and so we need to go ahead and configure the rates. So what we'll do is we'll go over here to the navigation and enable the advertisements navigation toolbar. And so we've expanded the outgoing ads, incoming ads, rates, and analytics. So we'll go ahead and cover the rates first. Let's go ahead and click on the plus sign right here to add a new rate table. And what this rate table allows me to do is create 4 different levels or 4 different rates that I can charge per hour of every day of the week. And so let's say that on the weekends, the business is actually the busiest, and so we want to charge $20 per hour. So we'll go ahead and set the red to be $20 per hour. We'll go ahead and select it, and now we'll set the actual times. And so I'm going to go ahead and set it from 8 o'clock in the morning all the way through 12 o'clock at night for Sunday as well as for Saturday. But notice that from 12 o'clock at night till 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm actually going to leave it at the default gray at a rate of 0 because I don't want to charge the advertisers anything when the business is obviously closed. And so for the rest of the week, I'm going to set it at $10 per hour. Except Friday, that's a little bit busier, and so I'll go ahead and charge $15 an hour. So as you can see, this is really flexible. Now, right now we're just dealing with this particular rate table, so let's go ahead and rename this to be rate table 1. And of course, you can create as many rate tables as you want. Each rate table can be set up completely differently. Now let's go ahead and switch back to stations. Select this coffee shop player. Go back to the advertising properties, and sure enough, here's the rate table that I've created, and I'll go ahead and assign it to this particular station. Earlier I showed you that you can use searchable keys to make it easier for individuals to find your particular station. One of the other things you can do is you can set a location. So we'll go ahead and switch over to the location tab, and we'll go ahead and enter a zip code. In this case, select Agora Hills right here. And so we went ahead and assigned an actual location for this particular screen now. And so now I'll be able to show you in just a couple of minutes how businesses can find neighboring businesses simply by doing a kilometer search. And just to recap really quick, we've created a station, created a rate table for it, assigned it the media ad net, so it's going to be searchable from within every network. We added some searchable keys and a description, and we also set a location. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to want to create a campaign and assign the particular screen divisions where we want to run our ads. So let's go ahead and switch over here to the campaign, and I'll go ahead and define a brand new campaign. So I'll click the plus sign right here. So I'll go ahead and rename this to be my add campaign, click on next, and go ahead and select my screen division 6 right here and click on finish. So I went ahead and defined a new ad campaign, and now I'll go ahead and assign the different resources. And so here you see that I've added some resources, pretty straightforward setup. However, I went ahead and left my channel 3 empty. You see this screen division right here. I actually went ahead and left it empty on purpose. And so right now what I'll do, I'll go ahead and switch to my components and scroll down, and you see that I got this new component right here called the advertising player. Let me go ahead and make a little bit more room here so we can see everything. And so what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll carry over the advertising player and put it on this particular screen division, channel 3. And this is where I'm going to be running all my ads. So this is really the portal. This screen division is going to be the portal where all the advertising engine is going to be running on. And so if I double click on the advertising player, you'll see that really I don't have too many properties right here. In fact, there's only one property, which is the default resource. And this default resource is going to be a video file or an image that's going to run on this particular screen division if no ads are scheduled. If you haven't sold any ads or scheduled any ad packages, the default resource is going to be shown. And so let me go ahead and assign a default resource here. Go ahead to my resources. Go ahead and switch here. So this image right here is the one I want to use, the advertise here PNG. So I'll switch back to my campaign. Double click on the advertising player again, go to its properties, and drag and drop the ad here PNG. And so again, this is the image that's going to show if no other ads are scheduled. And so let me just go ahead and remind you again that everything that we're doing here is done from the perspective of the coffee shop owner. He's determining the rates, he's determining the default resource, he's setting up the campaign. So everything we've done so far is again configured from the side of the person that owns the screen, in this case the coffee shop owner. So next we're going to talk about Joe. Remember, Joe is the accountant that wants to increase his business, so he's looking to place some digital signage ads at some neighboring businesses. And so now we're going to go ahead and talk about Joe and how to configure his own ad package. So let's go ahead and minimize this. And so now I went ahead and logged in as Joe. Again, Joe is just an accountant and he wants to go ahead and build an ad package and push this ad package to possible screens in his area. Now the nice thing is that Joe doesn't have to worry about campaigns, he doesn't have to worry about screen divisions, he just has a single user interface right here, which is the outgoing ads. So everything that he needs to do, he will be able to do over here through the outgoing ads section of the application. And the first thing that Joe needs to do is to create a new ad package. So you'll go ahead and click on the plus sign right here and define his ad package, and we'll go ahead and make a little bit more room here since we don't need to see this anymore. So when Joe builds his ad package, it's going to be constructed from 3 different ingredients: the what, the where, and the when. The what will define the different files that he would like to run as far as the videos and images and Swift animation. The where would be the screens that he would search for and actually post his ad package to. And the when would be the dates, the start dates and the end dates that Joe would like to run his ad package, including the specific days. So these 3 ingredients will construct the advertising package. So let's go ahead and select the package that we just created, and right here we'll see that under its properties we have a start date and an end date. So these will be the dates that Joe would like to run this package for. Let's go ahead and make a little bit more room here now. And so next, Joe needs to decide which files, which resources he would like to run as part of his ad package. So he can select videos, Swift animations, images. Now notice that every time that I select one of these resources, we're going to get under the properties the duration and the repetition. So for this video, for example, the duration is 61 seconds because that's the length of this video, but the repetition is 12 times. So this video is going to try and run 12 times within a single hour. If we're going to go ahead and select this image right here, we can set the duration to be 15 seconds. So this image is going to play out for 15 seconds and it's going to try and run 12 times within 1 hour. And we can increase this, and as you'll see that as I increase this, the percentage here changes, so we're filling more of the 1 hour. So I will go ahead and set this up to be 40 and set this Swift to be also 40 and play for 25 seconds. So you see we're starting to fill the total of 1 hour through these 3 different resources right here. one thing I'd like you to understand is that Joe is not guaranteed that each particular resource is going to run at the repetition that he's requesting. So if he's asking for this particular video to play 12 times within an hour, it may or may not run at that repetition depending upon how many other ad packages a particular screen has been configured with. There's actually a round robin algorithm that goes out and pulls resources from all the different ad packages that are configured for a particular screen. However, Joe is able to push or give higher priority to specific resources. So he can put higher priority, for example, for this particular FLV, and there's more chances of this video running during the 1 hour. Now, if Joe was the only person advertising at the coffee shop, he would actually occupy only 65% of the hour as it's currently configured. If you add these values up, it's about 65%. So for the remainder of the hour, it would actually show the screen division that we've configured the advertising component with. It would show the default resource, the image that we've configured with please give us a call to advertise here, since Joe is only occupying 65% and not 100% of the hour. However, if other ad packages from possibly other advertisers would be accepted at the coffee shop screen and we would exceed 100% of the hour, then the default resource would never play out because there would always be new fresh ads and new content running at the ad component screen division. And so far we've covered the what, so we've covered what's going to run. Next, Joe needs to configure the where, so he needs to actually find screens that he could run his ad package at. So he would go over here to the station picker and he would search for a particular string. Now he could search for a station key, which is going to be a key term. He can search by station name. He can also search by location, so he can put a particular kilometer radius from his own business or in his own city and find screens that way. So there's really different ways that he can find screens. So we'll go ahead and just demo this search by name, and we'll go ahead and just type in coffee since he's interested in finding a coffee shop, and click on search, and we're going to search the media adnet. And sure enough, he finds the LA Coffee and another coffee shop right here, so we'll go ahead and select the LA Coffee. And here's the description that we've entered earlier. And at this point, he could actually call the coffee shop owner and talk to him about prices and other things, but he can actually do everything automatically as well. He can simply click on the LA Coffee screen, drag and drop it over here, and select it to set the days he would like to run his ad package at. So as I just mentioned, he can select the days, he can remove days and add days. One of the great things that he can also do is he can run the same ad package at other screens as well. So if he sees right here another screen that he's interested in, he can simply click on it, drag and drop that as well, and he's going to run the same ad package, the same 3 resources that he's configured on other screens as well. And of course, he can run it on the same days or at different days. And so this becomes very flexible. He simply creates one ad package that he can run across multiple businesses, and simply making a change once to the resource list, and this would propagate to all the different businesses that are running this particular ad package that he's interested in. And for each screen, like I mentioned, he can select the dates, but he can also select the start and the end hours. So if he only wants to run within particular hours, he can also select that. So we've covered the what to run, which are these videos and images and Swift animations. We've covered the where to run, which are these screens, and we've covered the when to run, which are the days for each particular screen and the start and end hours. Now, as I mentioned earlier, if he wanted to search by location, he can do that as well. He can go over here to the location tab. He can set, let's say, 200 kilometers from his own zip code, and he can enter his own zip code right here. Select his own zip code, press OK, click on search, and he can find neighboring businesses as well using the GPS coordinates. So that's just another way of searching for available screens. And so at this point we're done. Joe has done everything that he needed to do to create his ad package. But notice that right now the ad package, and let me go ahead and open this up. Again, this whole configuration is just for this one particular ad package, and of course you can add additional ad packages if you want. Currently, this ad package is in status of pending. So both screens, the LA Coffee and another coffee shop, are pending, meaning that although Joe is interested in going and pushing his ad packages to those particular screens, they were not approved yet by the network owner. So now I'm back to the signage studio of the coffee shop owner, and let's go ahead and enter the advertisement. And so now I'll go ahead and click on the incoming ads. And so you'll see that now when the coffee shop owner comes in the morning, he actually sees that a new ad package was submitted. So somebody's interested in placing some ad package in his screen. And so you may need to wait a few minutes for this to synchronize among all the servers. And in the morning you can click on File Synchronize to pull up all the latest data to see that. So right now there is just one package, and the status of this package, if I click on it, is pending. And now that there's a package waiting for approval, there are three different methods that the coffee shop owner can either approve or deny. So first, he can go ahead and click on this signage.me, and so he can set it so any package that comes from this domain can be accepted automatically. He can also select the account or business name and set it so any type of a package that comes from this particular business can also be set to be accepted automatically as well. Or the coffee shop owner can also select the specific package and set it to automatically accept. So if a package was modified or if items were removed or added, this package can automatically be accepted. Or you can set other criterias where you can put the package into suspend mode if the package was modified and the coffee shop wanted to review the content and the resources before allowing it into its network. And by selecting the actual status right here, this pending, you can set this to the accepted, suspended, or declined. So this is where you would actually change the status of the actual package. So we'll go ahead and accept it. So now that we've accepted it, let's go ahead and save our configuration. So this package can actually start running in the network. You can see that the chat status right here has changed to accepted. And of course, it's going to run within the duration, within the days and the hours that this package has been set. And let's switch really quick back to Joe's studio and go back to the advertisements. And sure enough, you see that the package has been accepted. In fact, you can see that only the LA Coffee package has been accepted since we've accepted it, but the other coffee shop is still in pending mode. And so just to wrap things up, the last thing I wanted to show you are the analytics. The analytics is where the coffee shop is going to provide the proof of play to Joe so they can charge him accordingly. So if we switch over here to the analytics, the coffee shop will simply select the year and the month, click on go, and they'll be provided with a full report including the times, the actual ads that ran, and there are also charts and graphs available. All this data is exportable to CSV, so you can import it into Excel and create additional reports if you need to. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, be sure to let us know.